Hi Pisces, welcome to your June 2019 monthly readings, almost at 18. So this is your no show and grow reading. The first three cards I start off with are not manifestation cards. They can help with, I just said that because I looked at one of your cards. All right, you guys, let me try this again. The first three cards that I show are affirmation cards. There we go. So things you may want to say to yourself in the morning, before you go to bed, in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and say these affirmations to yourself. They could be highly valuable for you guys, right? So you had some extra cards that came out. They're off to the side. It's like a whole nother reading. I don't know if I want to get into it. We'll see if it applies. The cards that came off to the side seem like similar to last month's reading. The cards that actually came out for your reading are quite positive, you guys. Okay? So, for the first card you got I am strong. Then you got I am fearless. And then you got I am manifestation. So those are affirmations, okay? The tarot cards you guys got, you see me take a big sigh there because I have to get to those ones on the side. The Two of Pentacles says changes on it. You got the Lovers, it says choices. The Page of Swords, which is conflict. It says, I don't really like the swords characters in this deck because they're all pretty negative, but you know. Then you got the Page of Cups, it says understanding on it. You have the Four of Wands, it says completion. That's fantastic. And then you have the King of Swords, and it says control on it. Okay. And then you got this whole thing happening over here. See, I don't want to mix them up. Hold on a second. I just kind of mixed them. Okay, there we go. You have the Knight of Cups. Okay. And you can see these like little music notes on it. And when the card first came out, this is going to sound weird, you guys, but I heard the song, who sings it? It's called Don't You Worry, Child. Is it Swedish House Mafia? I think it is. Yeah, Don't You Worry, Child. I'm not sure why. And then I also hear AC/DC. I'm Back in Black and Thunderstruck. I'm not sure why. Maybe you guys want to play some of those songs? Okay. Then you have the Sun card. It says Innocence on it. The Six of Cups. It says Dream. Then you have the Devil, you guys. The Devil. Maybe listen to last month's reading. I think that's what some of you perhaps are stuck still a little bit. You have the Six of Wands. Majority of you, I'm going to say, have pushed through that Devil or are about to, you know? And the Devil, honestly, is coming up to me as fears, okay? And you do have I am fearless here. So some of you, there's a fear about the past that you are going to be triumphant over. It's going to happen, you guys, okay? And then we have the Eight of Wands. It says swiftness on it. It does look like a clock, so time's a ticking. Okay, this is a Sag Mercury card. I know this because I have this energy, you guys. This is an energy of not thinking before you speak, of truth being dropped. Okay, it's like truth bombs. Okay, there could be a moment where you guys say something and like, how can I put this? Because Sag, right? Sages have these moments of when they say something that everybody was thinking, but nobody said, and Sag is saying it to that person, and everybody's looking at Sag like, dude, that's pretty savage. You just said that. You dropped it. And then Sag is standing there like, what? It was the truth. You were all thinking it, right? And then Sag is just sitting there pondering. And then about a minute later, they kind of like hear it out loud. and they have this aha moment where they're like, oh, and usually you can tell with the Sag because they start like smirking. They're like, oh man, and they laugh. They laugh about it, not because they're idiots. Well, sometimes, you know, that's what makes Sag so great. But it's like it's because they realize that they said it, and it's a hysterical situation, right? Like it's them laughing at themselves, like, yeah, man, I can't believe I just did that. You know, I see it now. You know, like, but this, you guys, is also the card of I call it squirrel. You ever see a dog? And it's in like the movie Up. If you haven't seen that movie, it's fantastic. You should watch it. Okay? But the dog gets distracted because somebody yells out squirrel, right? So it's like squirrel, and the dog's like, what? Huh? Huh? And the dog starts running after the squirrel. It's off track, right? So you could have some moments where you're thrown off track. You know, Sages are represented by horses, but they are kind of like dogs. They're very loyal, all right? They're adventurous, they run, you know, they're active, uh, they can get distracted. They always go back on their path, right? But just beware of those squirrel moments, all right? Somebody could yell out, squirrel, and you're all like, what? Huh? Huh? Like distracted. Okay, you have the Hermit. It says search, inner wisdom, and inner guidance. It's pause moments. Okay, evaluation. That's facts, details, number, figures. That sort of energy is coming through. You have the Page of Pentacles. So facts, numbers are very important for you guys. You may have to rework your finances. Talk to an accountant. Start budgeting. You want to have fun? You can go out there and have all the fun you want on a budget. You can do that. You just got to be smart about how you do it. All right. Some of you guys, if it's about health, getting healthy, perhaps you're not gym people. I myself am not a gym person, mainly because there's probably like some sort of trauma attached to it. I'm not naive. I'm not gonna lie to myself. You know, like when I think I was 24, 25, I had all my ribs broken, and they had put a steel bar in there. So I was in the hospital for over a month. You can't breathe. It was a horrible experience, you guys. All right. And it was like I want to say a 2-year recovery, but probably more like a 3-year recovery of a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Going back into the gym and working out like twice a day for physiotherapy, right? To get the body back in shape. It was the best shape of my life after that surgery. However, I do not like the gym. Because again, there's a trauma associated with it. It reminds me of when I had my ribs broken. I find it boring as hell. I also kind of feel like I'm one of those hamsters on a wheel in a cage. Everybody's just looking at themselves in the mirror, you know, that's like they dress up, put makeup on, and it's like, you know, I'm a Sag, so I'm all about business, right? Like when I'm there, I'm a doer. I'm like, let's do this, right? I don't care how I look either. That's Sag, right? Like my hair was like all over the place, but I hate the gym. So I like to do workouts in a different manner, whether it's riding a bike, going paddleboarding. I like to be outdoors and active. It's actually you're burning way more calories that way too, right? Another way I like to do it, if you're looking to save money, is you can go on Groupon. You can get personal trainers real cheap on Groupon. If you know, it's a good thing I'm Canadian, you guys. If I lived in the States, I'd be one of those crazy coupon ladies. Not even lying. And I would get enjoyment out of it. But over here, you can't do that. You can't double up on coupons and stuff like that. On Groupon, though, you can find like kickboxing, what is that, Muay Thai, boxing, jiu-jitsu. You can do dance classes. What else can you do? You can do like a girls' fitness group. I think there's this new one that's like Bollywood dancing type thing. That's pretty cool. Ballet. There's a new, I don't know what it's called, but it's like ballet is incorporated into the exercise. It's actually supposed to be really good for you. You can find all these things on Groupon. The thing with the catch, there's always a catch, right? Like facts, details are very important. Always read the fine print. A lot of them are only for 10 sessions. However, and you can only buy them like every 120 days or something like that. However, the loophole with that is if you buy like it's not good when you exercise to be on the same machine every day. Your body builds up a tolerance, and eventually nothing happens. You got to switch it up. That's why Mother Nature is the best. Like you can't mimic Mother Nature, right? Her terrain is just so unpredictable. Uh, so the way I get around it is I buy a couple of different Groupons for different things like kickboxing. There's a all girls fitness, and I use them up. But if you use them all at once, because a lot of them are 10 sessions, so you'd use that up in like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? 2-3 weeks. But if you buy them a few different ones, you're switching it up on your body as well. But you're only using like the kickboxing once a week because you have another one where you're going to like an all female fitness that time of the week, and then you have another one that's like Mai Tai. So you're spreading them out, but you're still getting your 3 day a week workout in it. You know, like, or you can just go out and have fun with your friends. But that's a way of stretching your dollar, right? Like, you just gotta know the loopholes where you're not breaking any rules. So, the devil talks about obsessions. Uh, it talks about things that are no longer serving you, like spending more money than what you have. I think Kevin Hart says that best, like in some of his stand up. If you haven't seen it, I recommend watching it. But like, know who your friends are, who you're hanging around with, because sometimes you can't, like, there's certain friends you can't hang out with because you don't have the same dollar as them, right? And I think his skit, he says what does he say? Like when he's paying for things, he's like telling people like, hold on, hold on. You see that I have like a check-ins account and a savings, and I have like an amount that it's capped off on my checking. So like, we've all been in a situation like that. You know what I mean? Like, so you get like know the like you got to know your lane and stay in it. Like, don't try to live beyond your means. You can have a good lifestyle. Like, you just have to be creative in how you do it. Like, you still want those. You go out and have fun for dinner. Like I've bought many. Going back to Groupon, I've bought a 12-course meal on there for 2 people for a third of the price that it would cost when you actually go and you're paying full price and they're getting less food, right? Like, you could still go out and have fun on a budget, like, and that leaves you more room and more money to have more fun with, right? So it's the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, so what you need to know is, it says, I am strong, the Two of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups, okay? So you are strong, like, pat yourself on the back. If you think that you're in a bad place now, try to remember something that significantly happened to you in the past and you've gotten over it. You are strong. It was the end of the world then, but you made it past it now, and now you have another issue that's, you feel like it's the end of the world. That's going to pass too, okay? And know that you are strong enough to make the decisions and the changes and the choices necessary to remove yourself from what's no longer serving you. The materialism, like having to keep up with the Joneses, to be like everybody else. You're a Pisces, okay? You're freaking fabulous, and the world needs you as an individual to step forward, right? You need to know that there's going to be decisions that you're going to have to make, okay? There is changes coming, okay? And you need to also know that these changes, well, it kind of feels like a test, you guys, I'm not going to lie. All right? It seems like changes that are going to pop up or occur, or decisions that you're going to have to make, which is going to require a change, are either going to propel you forward or move you back. So you could be tempted. You could get a call from an ex. Okay. Now you're going to have the decision and the choice to make. Okay. To go backwards, or you're going to have the decision to make, like, no, thank you. That no longer serves me. I'm moving forward. Okay. Somebody could offer you to go out and party, but you have an interview the next day. The old you would have went out. The new you is going to do the responsible thing. And adulting. Adulting is hard, you guys. All right? Then you have the Page of Cups. Okay, understanding. Now, you're going to have all the tools necessary to make these decisions. My area of concern is that I feel like something is going to pop up that has the chance to pull you back instead of propel you forward. Okay? You have free will. I can't interfere with it, and other people can't. Okay? What you need to show is I am fearless. It can be scary to make a decision, make a big move. It could be scary to do something. It could be scary to put yourself out there. It could be scary to ask a certain guy out or to ask a certain girl out, all right? Like, fear is an illusion, though. That's the devil, right? Fear is praying to the devil, I like to say, okay? It does nothing, okay? Fear is your mind's way of trapping you. It's trying to protect you at the same time, because when you fear something, it's foreign. And if it's foreign, it's unknown. And if it's unknown, well, then you don't want to risk harming yourself for the unknown, right? There's no guarantee of a reward from that, right? Like, so fear is there to trap you, but it's like you saying, I can't do this. But once you do it, like when you were a kid, you said you couldn't ride the bike, right? And then you rode it. You were able to start riding the bike, like a fear is there to trap you. Once you face that fear and overcome it, you realize that it was nothing more than an illusion. Okay, fears are illusions. It's not the end of the world if you get rejected. It's not the end of the world if you don't get that job. It's not the end of the world if that person doesn't like you. Like, you have choices and decisions to make, okay? And it's for your well-being, your foundation. It says completing on it. So you're going to complete some sort of task for a firm foundation, all right? And this looks like help will be given, all right? You're not doing it alone. The Four of Wands can be somebody getting married as well. I don't know. Going to a wedding, celebration, something like that. That with lovers and the Four of Wands and I am fearless, it's like what you need to show. So this, in a relationship sense, you guys. So if it was like your mom or dad is always getting mad at you, and you want a better relationship with them and you're young and you live at home, well, how are you going to do that? You got to make improvements, right? Like, you got to help out around the house. You got to understand it takes a lot of work and time and effort to upkeep the house and to feed you and money and stuff, right? So what can you do? You can help mow the lawn. You can help do dishes. Okay, this same goes in an interpersonal relationship, romantic wise. If you're a man or a woman and you're like, I want my relationship to change, you have to step up and get uncomfortable and make the changes necessary. Like, if a man truly loves his wife or the person he's with, his ego will never get in the way. It's not like he won't refuse to wash the dishes because he's a man and that's what a woman's supposed to do. He loves his woman, so he's going to do the dishes. He's going to help her out, right? He's going to put the time and the effort in to make things better, all right? He's not going to say it. He's going to do it, all right? The same with the woman. If she wants her relationship to be better, well, then she's going to make the changes necessary, all right? We all have areas in our life that we have to work on. But you do have to make some decisions and some choices for your completion, for your firm foundation to move you forward so you can be stable and secure and firm in who you are, all right? So you can get what it is that you want. What you need to grow is I am manifestation, and then you have the Page of Swords. So the one thing that I get, Page of Swords, is the spy card. So if you're spying on an ex, that's going to harm you. If you're spying on another person, that's going to harm you. If you're trying to be like another person, that's going to harm you. Okay, you in life, people, like, we're all given a test in life, and everybody's so busy looking at each other's papers that they don't realize that your test is different than the person sitting next to you. So you can't have the same answers as that person. Your test is you as an individual. Your wants and needs are separate. They're not the same as everybody else's. What you put value in, not everybody else has the same value in, right? So you gotta gather the information that you need, all right, and take things with a grain of salt. Be very careful about the sources you're getting it from as well, right? You have the King of Swords here. This is what you need to take on. It's clarity. It says control on it. The King of Swords, Swords characters get a bad rep, you guys. I like the Swords characters. They're quite witty, highly intelligent. People say that they're non-emotional. That's not true. They are emotional. They understand emotions, so there's no need for them to emotionally react. They also understand reacting on emotions does nothing for you. It's going to probably add more problems. When you can remove yourself emotionally, that means your emotions aren't responding. You are logically responding. You're responding to, so it could be like when a person's upset at you, that's emotion coming out. It's anger, it's feelings and emotions being expressed in a negative manner because they don't know how to express it. Instead of saying that my feelings are hurt and this is why I'm upset, it's coming out like you did this, you did that, right? Like the Swords characters will remove emotion and they will understand, okay, they're upset because of this reason. They're not actually upset because of what they just said. You know, they just can't express themselves. If they were emotional, they would respond in anger, right? But Swords characters, they're pretty like calm, cool, collective people, right? They logically look at things because their emotions don't rule them. They understand the emotions can block them, right? To make the best decision necessary in that moment. Now, in a perfect world, we want to balance both the heart and the mind. You want to align both of them because they both have positives and they both have negatives. Okay, but by using both of them, you can perceive a lot more outcomes than you can with just one or the other. I don't know if that makes sense, right? It'll prevent a lot more errors from occurring. The King of Swords, he makes decisions based on, well, they have foresight. Air signs are very, they got a lot of foresight. The thing with air signs too, like romantically, if you're talking romantically, they are the movie romance people. That's what I say. What they see in movies, they think that's supposed to be done, right? With I am manifestation, it's what you need to grow. So you need to understand that your thoughts have great power. Your words that you say to yourself have great power. If you tell yourself that you can't do something, then it's not going to get done. All right? If you're like the little engine that says, I think I can, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you're going to keep going and eventually you can. You will do it. You will achieve it. You know? Some of you could be blocking out a King of Swords due to your past. All right? The King of Swords is a fast mover, extraordinarily fast mover. They're fast thinkers, but they are people. Yes, they have foresight, but they are what's the word? They premeditate things. Things are well thought out. Okay, nothing's done without thinking about the consequences. Like these guys think about the consequences, right? And words can mean a lot to them, but they can tell the difference between what people say and what people do, right? Like you have 2 pages here, so I will say that be patient and kind with yourself. Understand that you're going to start a new beginning in some manner. You could be moving a long distance. You could be starting a new business, a new hobby, a new project. Understand that you're a beginner at it. It doesn't matter. We're all beginners in something in our life, right? Like, have fun with it. Be understanding. Be patient. Know that you're going to make mistakes. This one says adventure though. So like once you remove this devil, you got a whole new section of your life about to happen, right? Like an obsession is what I get with this guy. I get the negative things that I'm reading is like spying, obsession, or feeling like you're not good enough to achieve something, but you are. You have all the knowledge and the wisdom to make a move. Maybe you've had this feeling of like, I need to move to this location. What's the worst that can happen? You move there, you might have to move back, but it's not the end of the world. You can do it. All right, life's an adventure. Instead of like the sandbox being your playground, because you're not a child anymore, right? You're an adult. That means that the beach is your playground. You know, you used to climb the monkey bars. Now you get to climb mountains. The world's your oyster. You know, there's a lot out there for you. With the what you need to take on though, they grow with the King of Swords is control. He has control over his emotions. He doesn't let his emotions rule him. All right. If he knows something isn't good for him, he logically evaluates it and then removes that from his life. Right. Like um this guy's fought wars and survived, right? And he's not going to fight a war just because somebody tells him to. He's not stupid. He's made it through a war, which means he knows the sacrifice and innocence, innocent lives that are going to come down with that, with like having to have a war. He's going to not fight unless he absolutely has to. And that's a last resort for him. All right. Things are well thought out. He will think of other solutions where the interesting thing with this card is that there's 3 crowns on here. So third time's a charm. Control is key though. So having self-control about saying no to the things that no longer serve you. I manifestation means your thoughts. Okay, you got a page here. That means that the pages. You got 3 pages, man. With the I am manifestation and the conflict that you're having in your head is going to create conflict in your surroundings. But once you become firm with what you want, the universe can uh, clearly give you a piece of what it is you need to head into your direction to go here. But if you're conflicted, then that confliction is going to constantly come at you in life. Like you're manifesting it into a reality. So your words are highly important. Your thoughts highly important. And I always recommend putting an elastic or rubber band around your wrist if you're having a negative thought problem or you're noticing that you're always focusing on what happened or a specific person that no longer serves you. Put that rubber band on and snap it anytime you have that thought. So you could transform that thought into a positive. Okay. Instead of wondering, you do want to consider the bad things that can happen. You do want to consider the positives, but you want to, once you've considered it, you already know. So you know what the possibilities are. So you look for the solutions. Okay. And you have to have control, self-control. All right. This guy, he's disciplined. All right. Like he has a lot of discipline. So, and he knows that the mind is his greatest tool. Like people can take whatever they want from you, but they can't take your mind. Your thoughts, your ideas, they could steal an idea. They can steal your thoughts, but they can't duplicate your mind. Right. Like you got to be aware of what you're allowing into I'm doing this because this is what I'm feeling, you guys. I'm feeling like energy coming at you, which means like um other people's thoughts and opinions and perspectives and all of that. It doesn't matter. Block it out. Block it out. Focus, like get down to the nitty gritty here. Make the decisions for you, the choices that are going to benefit you. Get over that fear. Push past it. You're an individual. All right, so I'm going to pull one little wisdom card. I'm going to read you guys. I say that because it's like, you ever seen that movie in Billy Madison? You know Billy Madison? I get like stage fright when I read. I don't know why, you guys. It's just the thing, okay? In my head, I sound fucking fantastic, but like when it's coming out, it's like that Billy Madison movie. It's like today, Junior. Oh man. Oh, you got 2. Should we? Oh, you got the squirrel, and I talked about the squirrel. All right, but the squirrel can also signifying storing money away for a rainy day. right? Because they store their nuts for the seasons that they're off. And then you got the owl. That's pretty cool. Owls have fantastic vision. They hunt in the night, though. All right. Okay, it says, the squirrel says abundance. Squirrel always has a nut in her paws because she knows countless ways of finding food, shelter, and fun. It does not occur to her that there isn't enough. Notice the bounty around you and count out loud all that you see. Write a gratitude list, not list. Ask yourself, am I okay right now? Look at the abundance of vegetation along the roadside and know there is always enough and more on the way. And then this one says hidden treasure. It says perhaps you have looked at yourself and concluded that you are not enough. Owl sees the hidden skills and talents within you, more than enough to create the life of your dreams. Discover your gifts by asking a treasured friend. When you have an inspiration, ask yourself, what if? That's right. What if? What if it all goes to plan? And how do you find out what if? You take the action. You just try. That's it. As long as you do the best that you can, that's all you can hope for. Instead of how. Okay, so let me say that again. Ask yourself, what if, instead of how. You will find bounty where security once dwelled. Stay in this heart-centered state of awe. Give thanks for you, because you are beautiful. The world needs you, Pisces. It's true, you know? Who else can Sag have like weird telepathic conversations with? Pisces. Pisces can. Oh man. All right, you got joy and good news coming to you. The Eight of Wands is about good news. All right, it's Cupid's arrows, it's love messages, it's people that appreciate you, love you. This is also an abundance of ideas. Okay, it is associated with philosophy, higher learning, higher knowledge. All right, it's not looking at the bad part of why things happen to you. Just it's the blessings. Like this happened to me and I learned this. Like. It's funny, squirrel moments. Happens to me more than I like to admit. All right, you guys. You got a beautiful reading. I hope this helped you out. I will talk to you guys next month. I am trying to get everybody's done. I don't know if it's going to happen. I try hard, you guys. I'm not going to lie, though. I have, like, a lot of other things that I do besides this, right? I don't do this for money. This is just a hobby. I enjoy doing it, like... I have a job that I need to attend to for my money, but it's summertime too, so I got to be outdoors more, see family more. Adulting is hard, you guys. All right, have a fabulous month. Namaste, and talk to you soon. Ciao for now.